What is going on, you guys? Riley on Gemmy Inflatablefans98, and I got a really cool review for you guys today. This is the Fortnite 8-foot light-up Llama inflatable. As you can see by the corner of the box, it was sold at Spirit this year in 2019. Um, I think this guy's really cool. I am a big fan of Fortnite. I played the game since it came out, and I just thought this is a really cool inflatable. I actually have an anonymous source who I will not mention their name, who was a manager at Spirit this year, who was able to get this guy for me for a really good price. Because again, they can kind of discount things further than they already are. So I was able to get this guy for a pretty decent price, less than half price. That's all I'll say. Again, I won't disclose their name or how much I paid for it, but I got it for a really good deal. Um, Now, this is a really cool inflatable. I'm not sure what company made it. It might have just been Spirit themselves. Again, this year they also had the Trick or Treat Sam inflatable that I already did a review on earlier. If you haven't seen that, check it out. But yeah, I'm not sure what company made him, and I don't know if it was the same company that made that inflatable and made this one, and maybe again it was just a Spirit, something that Spirit did themselves. But I'm not positive. I think there's another Fortnite inflatable floating around on the internet, and it's just a giant like battle bus inflatable. And obviously not a Gemmy either. I think it would be really cool if Gemmy did make some Fortnite inflatables in the future, and I'm sure that might be the case in the future because it's such a big game, such a big popular thing going on right now in the world. So I wouldn't be surprised if Gemmy made something like this in the future. Um, but it's really cool. So yeah, guys. Anyway, let me just pause the video here. We'll take it out of the box and we'll inflate it. So I'll be right back. Alrighty guys, so it's all taken out of the box here, and I will show you the fan real quick. It's just on the leg here. Obviously not a Gemmy fan. As you guys probably know, most knockoff brands, if not all knockoff brands, really never have a base fan inflatable per se, or like a decent fan inflatable. So that's the case with this one, obviously, as you can see by the fan. But let me plug it in here. And I have inflated it before. Obviously, as you can probably tell, it's not completely deflated. But I think this is really cool. It really does not take a whole lot of time to inflate, to be honest with you, which is good. But let me let it finish inflating here. Gotta pick it up, let the fan get the air to it. I will pause the video here and I'll get back to you guys when it's fully inflated. Alrighty guys, so here it is, fully inflated. I think this is really cool. A lot of detail to it. If you play the game, you can definitely tell that it's got, every little detail on it, which is pretty cool. Obviously you can see on the side there, it's got a lot of detail. But again, it's not Gemmy, so it's, again, a cheap fan with LED lights. The package did come with stakes and tethers, like a pack of stakes and tethers, but I really didn't kind of look around for any tether loops, but I did not see any tether loops on it, which is kind of a red flag to me because I plan to use this guy in my Christmas display this year because you guys kind of know how I like to collect the licensed inflatables for specifically Christmas. So, and I did not see any tether loops on it, and I'm not seeing them as I'm kind of going around here. But nonetheless, I think this is really cool. Again, I'm a huge fan of the game, so I really wanted to pick one of these guys up. And again, the source that I have that got this for me was able to get it for me less than half price. And I actually was going to buy one at my local Spirit for half price, which would have been around like $50 plus tax because it retailed for $100 or $99. Obviously, would have been over $100 after tax. But again, one of the source that I got it from was able to get it for me less than half off, so I was really, really happy with that. I will say though, again, even with the tether loops, I am worried with like the way the legs are positioned there, how it'll hold up in the wind and things like that. Obviously, I usually don't really turn my inflatables on in like strong winds, but you know, mild winds, whatever, I'm kind of worried about it. I might keep this guy on my porch if I do use it in my Christmas display, which I definitely plan to use. Because again, I mean, it's such a big game, big popular game. I'm sure everybody will know what this is from. So I definitely want to use it in my Christmas display this year, but I don't know, I might keep it on my porch. I'm not sure yet. But this is really cool. Again, obviously Spirit's closed at this point. It's, you know, November now. So when I'm recording this, obviously. So, you know, I think the only way you can get this is, I'm sure, I honestly think they're floating around on Amazon as well. But you're probably going to have to pay the $100 to get this if you really want one. And you know, I would say, I mean, it's an 8-foot inflatable. Again, it's a cheap fan, you know, a knockoff. It's not a Gemmy. It's got LED lights, which I'm not a fan of, as you guys know. But if you're a big fan of the game like I am, and you know, you want something like this, I mean, $100 isn't all that bad, to be honest with you. And again, I honestly really hope that Gemmy makes something like this in the future, which I wouldn't doubt they would. I mean, they made Angry Birds Inflatables, which was just a popular mobile game, so I wouldn't see why they wouldn't do anything with Fortnite. I think that'd be a really cool thing to do. But yeah, very, very cool. I'm not sure how many LED lights they have. I can obviously see one in the head, around the head area. I think there's one in the body, but the legs definitely won't light up that well. So maybe put a spotlight on it or something. I don't know if you guys get one of these. And again, there was another Fortnite inflatable floating around. It was like a giant, like 13-foot battle bus inflatable. And I would assume that it probably has a cheap fan as well. Because again, I'm almost positive that Gemmy has patented their base fan, base fan models. So I wouldn't think that any other company would use that type of fan. Usually, obviously, with knockoff inflatables, they're usually just cheap, like small cheap fan. But I'm not sure. I've never actually seen that thing in person, and I don't know. And that thing retails for like almost $400. So obviously, that's something I would not have purchased. That's just way too much. I'd never pay anything close to that for any inflatable. That's just me, though. But very, very cool, guys. So I hope you enjoyed the review. Riley on Gemmy Inflatable Fans 98. Like and subscribe.